Hey guys and gals, Derpadashi Jablaiskin here, and kind of looking at one of my dream homes, which was also sort of one of my favorite homes I grew up in. And actually, the same house where I started my YouTube channel, right here on 2520 Sharon Drive in Omaha, Nebraska, which I still say was the best location I ever fucking lived. And for good reason. It's within walking distance, like, I don't know, 5 blocks away from 2 grocery stores, a Dollar Tree, bunch of fast food restaurants, a thrift store, gas station / convenience store, and a pharmacy. Oh, a Walgreens, but you get my point. And walking distance to the local community college that I'm currently going to now. Well, okay, yeah, it's still not that much of a walk, but it's a lot further from where I'm at now. But yeah, a lot of things have changed since I last lived there. For one, huge change. The same house, but swap the color on it from, well, you can kind of see what it was before, which was like an all eggshell white. Now it's like this milk or light chocolate, milk chocolate brown kind of deal. Which kind of cool. But though, personally, if I were to take back over this place and buy it myself, which I think I might set up a GoFundMe to do this, because to be honest, my parents decided to take the place I'm currently in now. Just A, because it was part of the family, and B, at the time the housing market was kind of crap, so couldn't really sell it, so fixed it up. I took part in fixing it up. Didn't know I was going to end up moving from this place, to where I'm at now. Had no clue it was going to be a permanent thing. And then it went up, it was refurbished and everything, and then never given the chance by my father really to rent this out, because he owned both places at the time. And to be honest, I would have rather preferred to have lived here, and for, one of the main reasons, which especially, I don't mind walking, but going to the grocery store is a pain in the ass. Yeah, I can take paratransit, but it costs like $250 each way, versus I could probably take a few trips of walking about 5 blocks to and from the grocery store with little to no issue. Actually, I probably could get myself a little electric scooter and ride that to and from, and get the groceries with no problem. And actually, probably even with the right set of friends, I could probably easily get a computer chair or whatever I need from the thrift store down back to the house within a short distance. Plus, Jimmy John's doesn't deliver where I'm at now, though they aren't that far off. They're only freaking mile off. But they won't deliver because I'm in a quote-unquote dead zone. So, and I love Jimmy John's sandwiches. So, anyways, that's the outside. Now, here's the living room. Looks a lot different than what you guys seen on a video I will link. It's actually the first video of me. Or one of the first few videos of me when I had long hair. And, I call it the Quango Numa Numa dance, but it was, the Ding Dong song by Gunther. So I was listening to Split Infinity Radio on a PlayStation Portable on the sound system. that sadly died, but yeah, it was done in this living room. A lot of good times here. This is where I had like one of my first dates with a girl, and who's actually still one of my best friends to this day. So ended up watching The Grudge, and I was freaked out to all hell, and was holding her hands for the whole entire movie instead of it. You know how it's usually the girl clinging on to the guy during a horror movie? Yeah, complete fucking opposite with me. So yeah, call me pansy. Bathroom, meh, not really much significance, but the curtain bar has been changed into like one of the curved style. Now, this was my parents' bedroom. They were right over the garage. um, and then this was my bedroom. Right in that corner used to have a sort of like a loft bed, sort of a pseudo bunk bed, that was kind of converted to look like the New York or the Brooklyn Bridge, to replicate that. And then I had a computer desk right here. I would occasionally have a mini TV in there on some occasions. But yeah, that was my bedroom. Kitchen has definitely received some major upgrades since I last lived there. Now we have a permanent dishwasher, possibly a garbage disposal unit, which I don't know if we actually won a free installation of one of those from an auction, but never got around to it. Guess whoever lives here now did some major upgrades. And a new paint job. Way different than how my mom painted it one night while she was listening to Enya. I'm not joking. Now here is what was my original game room. Slash guest bedroom. Originally this was all carpet. And then right along the wall here, nearby that window, to the one to the right, and then you go further caddy corner, or you go to the left looking from this angle, or you turn around left, and that's pretty much where my gaming setup was for a while. Except for the one occasion, I think originally it was up against this wall, and I had one of those really old, and I mean really old, dial-based big screen tube TVs. It was like a console TV or whatever. I had my setup with that for a while for DDR, and I still remember to this day, there was only one major problem with this house, and that, I don't know if it's gotten fixed over time, but one of the major problems was it would flood. Whenever there was a huge downpour, the basement would flood. And at the time it was carpet. Now it's tile, which I think is probably a bit better. Though, and actually I might keep it that way, but probably for nostalgia's sake, I might put some carpet on top of the tile just for the sake of memories. And to be honest, fun times in this house. I will say, a lot of fun times to have been had. Oh, stupid me. It was also because the dumbass dance pad I had, it was a wireless one. I was sort of clever by buying that one, but at the same time kind of stupid because it was one of those IR-based ones where you had to have it directly in line of sight with the receiver. meaning I had to have the PS2 directly on the floor. And this is before I knew about Frame Boot at the time. So, yeah. Let's just say here, yeah, the PS2 got flooded. And I ended up with the slim model later, though I still prefer the fat models. But yeah, this was my original game room for the longest time. And if you don't believe me, I'll show you some old pictures in another video from this same house. And also link down in the description one of my first videos, actually two of my first videos, which were done in this house. One was in the living room, and that was the quote-unquote Numa Numa dance, and then the other was was me doing a Pokemon parody to the Pledge of Allegiance. I did also, for a brief time, have a parody of the Lord's Prayer. That was a Pokemon parody of it. Mother made me take that down. Oh well. Anyways, now on to the backyard. The place where I learned to play golf. And funny story around that is, oh god. I was practicing a few swings with the driver, and I would actually jump over that neighbor's fence numerous times to get my balls back. But so many divots around this line here where I'd practice. And one of my practice swings, because I was taking the golf merit badge for Boy Scouts, I, let's just say here, right on the backswing, with a driver, I whacked myself right in the head. Gave myself a huge gash. And I still remember the day after that, I was like, yeah, I'm not playing golf without a helmet again. Just due to that one incident. But yeah, looks like they changed up they didn't mess too much with the deck there, which is still just as good brick as ever. Another story with this backyard is I was kind of a little bit of a pyromaniac as a teenager, and I kind of set a few things ablaze. One of them being a pocket Bible in the backyard around this deck. Partially in response to the Florida pastor who was going to burn a bunch of Korans on September 11th, so I thought retaliation, because at the time I was a brainwashed Catholic. So, yeah, I burned a Bible here. Or burned a few pages, for my parents bitched at me for it. And then, set up the tent after campouts for Boy Scouts around here to help dry it out and clean it out and everything after a campout, like right around there. And then, for a brief time, my friends who lived one lived across the street from me, another lived 2 doors down, and then another about a few blocks away, but we were all in this skate team called Bird Brain. Never really made it to any contests, but there was a brief time I made a hack job, half pipe, or mini ramp, and yeah, we had that back here for a while in the winter, which was kind of fun to mess with, because we were rebellious teenagers. We were watching shit like Viva La Bam, Jackass, Wild Boys, and, you know, typical teenage shit. Boys being boys, and, you know, playing a lot of Tony Hawk and It was kind of nuts. I will say, good times, man, good times were had at this house. And one of the main reasons I want to buy this house again, or buy this house as my first home. Partially because I want to kind of have a piece of my childhood back in a sense. And two, like, it was the perfect place. And plus, I have some huge plans, actually, for this place. Living room, okay, that would be just the main theater room, and I would probably put a blacked out curtain right here and here. And then basically that would end up kind of being the theater room. Bathroom, I'll just keep it as is. This room will end up becoming the streaming room. And just the overall studio. This will be my bedroom again, where I actually sleep, where the magic would happen. Kitchen will stay as is. Basement, I may end up making a gaming room again, like a mini arcade. Surprised they don't have any pictures of the garage on Zillow here, but yeah, I have a little mini music gaming arcade, stuff like Beat Mania, Drum Mania, Guitar Freaks. Like the main B-Money titles is what I plan on having down here. A, because it's a little bit more soundproof downstairs, and two, it just seems like a good location, because I've seen many other people with basement arcades. So, it's kind of an opportune thing. So, yeah. Backyard, I think I'll keep the same as ever. But, yeah, I always had a plan of a mini arcade with a studio and everything into this. So, there you go, guys. My childhood home and some interesting stories from it. Oh, actually, on this front yard here, I guess to end this off, we're in just about everybody else here. Lesson learned as a kid. I was doing my reptile and amphibian mirror badge. Never, and I repeat, never, ever, ever, ever pick up a snake by its tail. I came very close to having one of my eyes eaten out by a snake. Gardener snake, but still a snake nonetheless. So bit me around the cheek on the near the right eye socket. So yeah, lesson learned, kids. Never pick up a snake by its tail. That's what happened to me here. And I believe my dad actually mowed over a snake in this yard too, so kind of a few funny things. So, and I believe at the end of the driveway here, I think I still don't know if it's still there, but me and my friends, rebellious as usual, we carved the Element skate logo into the cement when new cement was being brought in for a sewer replacement project or whatever it was. Kind of vandalism, but hey. And I guess the window to the left there, we had one of those electronic key locks with a code. And we were coming home from a summer work project or summer work experience program. Enough that lock didn't work. Just so happens the window to the left here just happened to be unlocked. Popped the screen out. Went in. Basically broke into my own house. So just to get it unlocked. But yeah, I think that's enough stories for today of my childhood home. Peace out.